Do not argue with demons. What am I talking to today? I'm talking about how people will betray you, do you dirty, cheat on you, steal from you, talk about you, slander your name, take you to court for things that you have not done, accuse you of all wrongdoing. Do not argue with their demons. See, God has been revealing things to me even on a deeper level. I do not have a psychology background. I am a life coach, but I'm self-studying. And I heard that term, cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance. And this is what the Lord has revealed to me. Such people who do you wrong and do you dirty, not everyone, but if you're getting someone who is projecting towards you what they've done to you, and now they are mad at you because of what they did to you. How does that happen? What is actually happening in the deeper level of their brain? And this is what was revealed to me. These people were dealing with shame. They're dealing with pride. They are dealing with guilt. And because you were so good to them, like the song Jill Scott says, if I gave you a silver platter, if I gave you, a blessing on a silver platter, would it even matter? You will still be mad at me. Hate on me, hater. This is because these people are so guilty and so shameful that they actually blot out in their mind how good you were to them and what they did to you as a coping mechanism. And then they want to project onto you what they did to you as if you did it to them. If that makes sense. That's cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance. And I thought about this cognitive dissonance and what it does to the brain, And it's actually, God has seared their conscience. God has given them a reprobate mind. A reprobate mind in order so that they can believe the lie. Now, why would God do that? Why would he make your mind believe the lie? Because they were rebellious. Because they sat there and thought about how they could blame you, shift in their mind so that they wouldn't be wrong. And so they just convinced themselves that they did nothing wrong. They convinced themselves that it was your fault they cheated. They convinced themselves it was your fault they lied to you. They convinced themselves it's your fault that they did a smear campaign on you. And so God says, because you want to believe a lie, you are a child of rebellion. So God gave them a reprobate mind. And now they have cognitive dissonance. So don't argue with them, because these people are dealing with demons and they need deliverance. And if you're not in the deliverance ministry, if you can't cast out a demon, if you don't have enough faith to cast out a demon, then leave it alone. Leave it alone. Now, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. But this is what's actually going on. These people will project at you. They will send signals your way. They will post all kinds of memes. They will post all types of things out there on social media as if they're the victim. And you listen to it and it's like, dang, that sounds familiar. That sounds like how you treated me. But you're projecting it as if you're being a victim of it. And maybe they was a victim of it. I don't know. Maybe they was a victim of it with somebody else. But I can only, relate to my own experience with them, right? This is what people do. They convince themselves because you no longer are there. You no longer are there. You no longer take their calls. You no longer take up for them. You're no longer in their life the way you used to be. You no longer help them the way you used to help them, right? And so now you're the problem. You're at fault. So they project onto you what they've done to you. They have allowed their mind to block out. Whoa, wait a minute. It was me who mistreated her or him. It was me who left them out. It was me who cheated on them. Because these people have allowed themselves to believe the lie. And so now their conscience is seared. So do not believe these demons. Do not argue with their demons. You will only lose peace of mind. And God desires for us all to be at peace. So allow peace to be still within yourself and give these people, surrender the situation over to the Lord. It reminds me of the story in the Bible of how Saul and David's relationship was set up. If you are familiar with that story, Saul was the king of Israel at the time. David was a young man, and David came and was able to take out a giant. For the army of Saul's army, he was able to take out a giant. Everybody else was afraid to take out the giant. But this young man who had faith in God and had God on his side was able to take out this giant. Now, instead of Saul, who was the king at the time, instead of him being grateful for God bringing this young David into his life, he actually had a little bit of jealousy, of envy of David. It's like, how can you do that if somebody's helping you? You forgot the fact that he killed the giant. Because there were women who sang a song for celebration, and they said, Saul killed 1,000, but David killed 10,000. And that was a problem for Saul, see? Because why? His pride. It was his pride. And so he actually tried to set David up. He actually tried to punish David for being a blessing to him. Right. That's what people will do. Crazy, isn't it? He went and put David in the front line of a war, hoping that David would be deleted. But David came back in victory. So your enemies, sometimes they'll smile on your face. They will pretend and act like they love you and they're on your side. But the whole time, harboring envy in their hearts towards you, trying to take you out. It may not be as far as trying to literally take you out and having you deleted, although sometimes it can be. But these people will go so far because of envy and jealousy. The Bible tells us that envy and jealousy is cruel as the grave. That means it goes to death. People will try to delete you because of their envy of you. So you can't argue with these demons these people have. You can only walk away, allow people to sort it out for themselves, allow God to work on these people, because only God is going to be able to, unblock that mind. Only God is going to allow these people to see themselves in the mirror and heighten their awareness. And you need to just pray about it and thank God and pray to God that he never allows for you to believe the lie, because then you will end up like them. And so that's today's message, y'all. Somebody's dealing with that. Go ahead, hit the like button, help the algorithm of this channel. If you learn anything from this channel, gain anything, go ahead. The only thing it takes is to support this channel is to hit that like button and also subscribe. And so I thank you for watching. This is Awaken Authentic Self, and I will see you again another day, God willing.